China has warned attempts to contain the country would be mission impossible. The blunt assessment refers to the Trump administration policies which led to deteriorating relations. However, the Defense Ministry hopes relations will get back on the right track. With a new US president at the helm, Beijing is looking to Washington to work together to strengthen cooperation and to promote healthy and stable ties. China says that it's taken a first step by holding a video conference with the US military. The call dealt with a search for the remains of US prisoners of war.
But there's still friction between the US and China over Taiwan and the South China Sea. Washington has rejected China's maritime claims in disputed waters beyond what's permitted under international law. New Secretary of State Antony Blinken says the US stands with Southeast Asian nations in resisting Beijing's pressure. His assurances come after the Philippines filed a diplomatic protest over China's new law that allows its Coast Guard to open fire on foreign vessels. Manila describes the legislation as a threat of war. The Philippines has lodged the protest because it says inaction would mean submission to the new Chinese law. Manila says the new law covers a wide area, including the disputed South China Sea. China claims it's acting within international practices. Now, Washington has signaled it wants to maintain a firm stance on Beijing, just like former President Donald Trump. Simon Marks joins us live for more. Simon, a swift outreach to allies. What is the Biden administration's plan when it comes to dealing with China?
Look, they're formulating it, Steve. I mean, they've been very consistent about this within the Biden first transition and now the early days of the presidency, saying that they are not going to be making any major changes to US-China policy, to the general tone of the relationship, while they review everything that the Trump administration was doing and, significantly, while they reach out to America's partners and allies in the region. They want to get a sense of what the thinking is in the region right now, not just about the far more negative and chilly relationship that we witnessed between Washington and Beijing during the Trump administration, but about the way forward over some of these very, very contentious issues. There was discussion yesterday here about the possibility, as John Kerry, the new climate change czar, put it, of compartmentalizing that aspect of the conversation with China. But asked about that hours later, the new Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, indicated that that was all part of the ongoing review process, and he didn't have any indication as to whether hiving the climate change discussion off and removing it from the rest of the agenda was going to be a practical way forward. So they are very much seriously, it seems, engaged in this review, and not just with regard to China, but with regard to many other parts of the world, the Middle East as well. There was a lot of talk about that yesterday, reviewing things before they make particularly bold decisions.
Simon, what other key areas are expected to face renewed pressure in relations with Beijing?
Well, and that goes to the heart of this idea of compartmentalizing the climate change conversation, because as they noted yesterday, there's so much else to deal with. Trade issues, of course. They've inherited the Stage 1 trade deal from the Trump administration and all the tariffs that go along with it. There's the issue of technology transfers, ongoing concerns that exist within the Biden administration, as they did within the Trump administration, about espionage and surveillance activities by the Chinese here in the United States. So the whole raft of security issues that are on the agenda, all of those things have to be looked at, as well, of course, as the territorial disputes that exist in the region, particularly in the South China Sea, and what partners and allies would like the United States to be doing and what kind of support they might offer the United States as it moves forward. So, vast issues, including, of course, the treatment of Uyghurs in Xinjiang, branded a genocide by the Trump administration one day before the inauguration of Joe Biden. All of that now coming under the policy microscope here.